just 15 days away from Halloween. I am so excited. And this morning, Malou has some spooky tips for your jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah, she's in Half Moon Bay with Farmer Mike, the man also known as the Picasso of pumpkin carving. We are very intrigued, Malou.
Yes.
What are you about to do?
Oh, yeah. This is one of my favorite times of year. You're going to see some awesome pumpkin carving. We are in Half Moon Bay at Farmer John's Pumpkin Patch, and of course they have, well, you can see hundreds of pumpkins here. And this is really, as you all know, a great place for kids. They can enjoy the haystack over here. They even have the tractor that kids like to hop on, and this fun little teepee over here, and then way here in the back, Pacific Ocean and Half Moon Bay, and then hundreds of pumpkins. Oh, waiting to be carved with Farmer Mike. Hey, Farmer Mike.
Hello.
Look at this. Look what you've created here. This is amazing.
I'm just finishing this guy up.
Okay, so you've been doing this for a long time, right?
I have about 30 plus years.
All right, well, talk about some of the amazing creations that you've made.
All kinds of things, everything from Puff the Magic Dragon to a wolf to a witches to spooky trees. Anything can be done. Nothing limits you but your imagination.
Now, how did you start doing this? Were you actually like a wood carver or anything in the beginning?
No, actually, I started growing giant pumpkins, had nothing to do with them, and I carved one. And when I first got into it, because it was one of the big ones, it was too thick. So I had to do something a little bit different, and I create a whole different style.
All right, speaking of different styles,
yes.
What have you created here? Is it? I thought it was a Lion King.
No, not Lion King. In this case, I'm just finishing this guy up, but this one had big jowls here, so it's either going to be jowls or a furry beard, and that's what I went with. So like I say, I'm just finishing him up,
with the
putting
eyes?
some eyes in, and letting it create the pop.
So how long did it take you to carve this?
On the average, they take between 3 and 4 hours to carve. This was about a 3-hour pumpkin.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this right here, is this a specific type of pumpkin?
These are Atlantic giants. These are the largest pumpkins that grow in the world. And by definition, by the way, a pumpkin is fruit because it is a seed pod.
Okay, all right, so show me how to do this. What's the very first thing you can do here?
Well, let me just kind of scoot over here. The first thing I would do is I would take a look at the pumpkin and I'd move it around. I might want to have them sitting up on end. I may turn them upside down. In this case, I would probably put it maybe along the side here.
Okay, so you want to plan ahead, right?
Always plan ahead. That's the best way to do it, because that way what you can do is you can start with just a line that says, here's where I want things to be.
Okay.
And then once we've done that, we could put in about where the nose is going to be, all right? And then a placement of the eyes. Just some basic information here, and then maybe even a happy smile if that's what you want to be.
All right, so then where do you start first? You start carving right away after that?
I do.
Okay.
In fact, I will start with the deepest part first, which is typically the nose.
Okay.
And so I'd carve into the nose and say, okay, here's where I want the nose to be. So I'll go like this, and then come down the other side here, and I chip it out. So it's one after another. You want to try it?
Sure. Okay. What kind of a knife is this?
This is a buck knife. It's a model 110, and basically I've cut in straight there, so you just come in at an angle like this. Yep, just like that.
Okay.
And that thing should pop out just like that.
Okay, and then what do you do after that? You just continue?
We just continue going, and so maybe around the nostrils, we could flare around that, and maybe down here towards the bottom. It's just a matter of planning ahead and working with it. Another thing I'll do is I'll sometimes start out with it in the water-based, and then I'll go back over it with permanent ink. And all I need is just the basic outline, and then you work from there. Like on the other one we did with the teeth. Yeah. Look in a mirror.
Okay. And then finally, Farmer Mike, what is like one of the tips? Like basically, how will they last, these pumpkins? Because sometimes they get all brown and yucky, you know?
You're absolutely right. Once you carve into it, it is a piece of fruit. Yeah. So you're going to get only 3 days to a week.
Okay.
And that's what you've got.
All right. I also want to mention that you will be at the Half Moon Bay Art and Pumpkin Festival this weekend. People could come and see you, right? Which day?
Absolutely. I will be here both I will be here Saturday and Sunday, both days from 9 till 5 on the Main Street drag there.
All right. Farmer Mike, thank you very much. There you have it. I don't know about you two, but I think the best I can do is really like a triangle, the triangle eyes, the triangle nose, and then just a nice smile, right?
Absolutely. Malou, we are inspired now to go home and carve our pumpkins for Halloween. I know I am.
Yeah, I don't even think I'm going to try. I think I'm going to stick with Farmer Mike.
Thank you so much. I know, but I still want to do it. I want to take a jab at it. All right, well, coming up.